Episode 565.
Look, that's the guy. His computer's frozen. Just a sec.
Ye Shu heard Chen Guo speaking, clearly addressing Lin Shanshui.
Does he know who I am?
Yeah, I told him.
Chen Guo gave a nod. The fact that Lin Shanshui had resolutely followed her lead in quitting Excellent Era had drawn the two of them a few steps closer. Chen Guo had already privately told Lin Shanshui that she'd gotten to know Ye Chu herself. Lin Shanshui was another die-hard fan of Ye Chu, so he was naturally shocked and had been eagerly awaiting a chance to meet him directly. As soon as he heard the great god's character was about to enter the heavenly domain today, he immediately rushed over with Chen Guo. And here I was, arriving just in time to see the god's character stuck right here. My admiration for him only grew.
Truly worthy of a top player. How long has it been since anyone's heard of a game crash? Truly, a master is different.
Ye Shu sat there for a full 5 minutes. Then, the screen flickered, and all those previous messages were wiped clean. But soon enough, Ye Shu noticed new messages were already flashing. Players were still trying to add him as a friend. Was Ye Shu going to let that tragedy repeat itself? He cranked up his APM, instantly setting it to reject all friend requests, and only then let out a long sigh of relief.
Lin Shanshui.
In the game, Chen Guo formally introduced the two of them.
My idol.
Lin Shanshui didn't even wait for Chen Guo to introduce Ye Shu before shouting out. To be honest, Ye Shu didn't really have any experience dealing with fans. It's a miracle that an idol could stay hidden behind the scenes for so many years. Only in a field like esports could a player like that even exist. Yet, faced with the fans' enthusiasm, Ye Shu displayed his usual composure. He didn't seem flustered in the slightest, and simply spoke with the same calm tone one might use to greet an ordinary acquaintance.
Hello.
I'm your fan. You absolutely have to make it back to the Pro League.
Lin Shanshui said.
Absolutely.
And so, the conversation died. Although he had admired this idol for a long time, aside from expressing his heartfelt support, Lin Shanshui couldn't find anything else to say.
So, what's your plan now?
Chen Guo asked. Two voices, one from inside the game and one from outside, came through, sounding rather eerie.
Obviously, you level up.
Party up. I'll carry you.
Chen Guo sent a party invite to Ye Shu.
You guys carrying me might not actually be faster than me leveling on my own.
In a party, each member gets less experience, but you kill monsters faster. Solo, you get more experience per kill, but the process is slower. The speed of leveling is determined by how much experience you gain per unit of time. So, whether solo grinding or teaming up is faster depends on the individual's skill, the team's level, and their coordination efficiency. As for Ye Shu's individual skill as a top-tier god, there was no need for further doubt. So, Ye Shu didn't think a 3-man team would be any more efficient than him grinding solo.
But at least you wouldn't have to work so hard.
Ye Shu had to admit that was true. Which is more efficient? Solo grinding or partying up really depends on the situation. But there's no question that partying up is definitely easier than solo grinding. With that thought, Ye Shu didn't press the matter any further. He leveled up a bit faster solo, but the difference was negligible, hardly worth fussing over. So the three of them formed a party. It was just for grinding mobs after all, requiring no real command or coordination. They'd just find a monster, rush it, and blast away, killing everything in their path as they went. Chen Guo and Lin Shanshui were both seasoned players, and they were bullying level 55 mobs with their level 70 characters. What kind of pressure could there possibly be? Ye Chu's level was low, sure, but with his skills, saying he was bullying the monsters was being polite. The outcome was never in doubt. Chen Guo and Lin Shanshui had come specifically to be sparring partners, and they'd long since decided to stick with it all the way to level 70, so they had nothing else planned, just grinding away at these level 55 mobs that held no real meaning for them. Of course, these level 55 mobs could drop something good, But when they say it's a chance, they mean a super, super, super low chance. At best, it was a way to make the tedious grind feel just a little bit more meaningful. But for the two of them right now, this was about leveling up with their idol. How could it possibly feel meaningless? The act itself was the point. After a solid hour of grinding with purpose, their conversation had settled into a comfortable, sporadic rhythm. Suddenly, Lord Grimm's avatar came to a halt, and then Yi Shu's voice came through.
Someone's coming.
What's so special about someone being here?
Chen Guo wasn't convinced.
It's aimed at us.
Yeah, the heavenly domain is a bit of a mess, that's for sure. But aren't you getting a little too worked up about it? Well, you're a big shot yourself, you know.
Lin Shanshui didn't voice his opinion, but privately he was indeed a bit dismissive. PK is rampant in the heavenly domain. That's just how it is. If you got ambushed by someone with ill intent while leveling up, well, most players had been through that. It was a risk you were fully prepared for. While Yi Shu's reaction could be called cautious in Lin Shansui's eyes, this is Ye Chu we're talking about. For a god to be this cautious over such a minor scene, it was really lowering his image score in Lin Shanshui's mind. Yi Shu, however, showed not a hint of embarrassment. He simply continued.
It's different.
Different? What's different?
Ever since the battle at Thousand Wave Lake, the major guilds on the 10th server haven't bothered us again. Do you really think they've decided to just peacefully coexist with us?
Well, logically speaking, it shouldn't.
Chen Guo understood the intricate dynamics between guilds. The absence of open conflict wasn't peace. It was a stalemate, a delicate balance of power where no one dared make the first move. If any one guild ever truly stumbled, the others would absolutely spare no effort in kicking them while they were down, beating them as badly as they possibly could. So how did the Happy Guild become such a thorn in the side of all the major guilds? Chen Guo had gained a deep understanding just from watching all this. The Battle of Thousand Wave Lake had left them temporarily stumped, but Chen Guo didn't believe for a second they'd just quietly give up. For days she had been trying to figure out with Ye Shu what those guilds were plotting, but then they never made a move, and Ye Shu never brought it up again, so the whole thing just fizzled out. Now that Ye Shu had brought it up, Shen Guo's mind naturally went there. She immediately followed up.
Are you worried they'll make their move in the heavenly domain?
Without a doubt, they're waiting for this exact opportunity. If my character wants to keep leveling up, the only path is into the heavenly domain. But there, I'm only level 50. They have a 20 level advantage and all the manpower they could want. With an opportunity that good, do you really think they'd just let it slide?
You'd already thought of that.
Yeah.
As for Lin Shanshui, he'd already heard plenty from Chen Guo about Ye Shu's exploits on the 10th server. He had a pretty good grasp of what the two of them were talking about. The thought of being hunted by experts from the major club guilds, all 20 levels higher, instantly restored his recently diminished image score, and even added a few extra points of reverence.
Wow, that's a true pro for you. You manage to be the center of attention wherever you go.